Attention party people in the place to be. Is that Puddins.fab shop destroying trucks with me? That's right. We are back with some Olroy build action. Some of y'all are gonna love it. Some of you is gonna hate it. However, today we are finally moving forward. A decision has been made. Theo's waiting out here to present to y'all the old Olroy. If you do not know, Olroy was that green thing that's just dented up to heck. Its old chassis down there in the scrap pile. It was crooked as heck. It didn't have a motor. It was missing as heck. And recently we cut down a new long bed 4-wheel drive chassis for it. You can see the LS is in it and everything. But we didn't know what to do as far as truck wise. There's a green one up in North Dakota that Mortsky has for us. And then we had this green and white one down here, and I said I was gonna give Dad the choice. So the other day, I said, Dad, are you feeling the green one or the green and white, just based off color? And he said, I kind of like the one with white more. And I said, well, let's just take the question out of it. If you like the one with white more, this truck's a better truck than the one up north. That one up there has more rot in the bed floor. The fenders are kind of damaged in a way that aren't really gonna be easy to repair and stuff. So I was like, if you like this one, let's just move forward with this one. So let me introduce y'all to the new Roy, the new old Roy, the new old stock Roy. She got that damned old 454 underneath the hood, boy. Ain't no replacement for displacement. Damned old big black baby, she pulled a trailer house. Woo-hoo. Getting a little hot. Well, there you have it, folks. She chose her own destiny. In my head, I said, if she fires right up, I won't cut this truck all up because she's a good truck. What do I do, okay? My hands are tied at this point. She made her choice. You did this to yourself. Thinking, Puddin', a deal's a deal. If you said it fired up, you're gonna take it apart. Oh no, I meant I need to reach in there and just bust the key right off. Maybe a couple pump minimum. And if she would have played nice, she would have saved herself. But hey, we gave her one last smoky burnout on the rocks. One, we'll start to, and here the old tire snatcher was thinking about biting them, so I had to quit. Guys, let's get her up on the left and start seeing what we're gonna get into. It was nice knowing you. Freeze! Freeze! Ah! Not very good. Alright, I ain't got the rhythms. Freeze, mother liquor! Get your old pal slice and dice out because we're gonna get her spare out of the way. I think our first goal, I think we're gonna try to pull the bed. You gotta be fast. Boy, that is a lot of rat poop. Got us a good stilly. She's the old BF Goodrich. Damn old 31. This is a big old hunking tire. This is a little oblonged and whoopie-dooed in where she's been pressed against that frame for many a year. Go, 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 go. Hold on. We're not gonna do a full dance scene, but y'all see all this? I gotta clean up this mess, or as we walk around here, we'll be doing the poop scooting boogie the whole day. Heel toe, dosey do. Come on, buddy, let's go. Poop scooping. Do the poop scoop boogie. This damn old rat rod. Just realized we're gonna be looking up into the frame. It'll be a little dark. Let me get us a little light. Hello friends, we interrupt this video for today's sponsor, PFS Merch. Do you want to look cool? Do you want to look stylish? Do you want to help support puddins.fab.shop? Well, if so, then boy howdy do I got good news for you. We got some new releases. Up first, whether you're in construction and need a high-vis shirt, or you just want to get some glow sticks and go be the baddest SOB at your local rave, this shirt right here is for you. For these next two, I was really hoping old Dirty Gertie would be here, our 64 International shop truck, because this features her. Right there, we got the side view with the puddins.fab.shop. We put the white walls on her and changed her up, so we gotta, that's her new look. The white walls are staying on the old Dirty Gertie. Shoo-wee! And Dirty Gertie's at the glass shop. We'll probably have her back next week. But Puddin', I want a shirt that says Summertime Baby. Well, nothing quite says summertime like wearing a jet black shirt in 100-degree sun. So I've got you covered. Who wants a little tiki teaser? Also featuring old Dirty Gertie. Ka-chow! Looky there, guys. We got her in cartoon version with the white walls. We got the actual shift knob in there, the international symbol in the background, and we had to throw a couple flowers in there to balance her out. My, oh my, that may be the best looking shirt we've had in a mighty long time. You wear that one and someone's gonna stop you and say, hey, where'd you get that shirt? Then you look at them and you say you ain't never heard of the puddins.fab.shop? Do you have a moment to talk about the good word? And that's last, but certainly not least, can y'all guess what's on the back? I'll give you a hint. It kind of has the woodpecker smoking a cigar. Are you ready? Are you ready? Ka-chow! There she is. We kind of did her in a cartoon version as well. You got me with my grandpa glasses in there. We got the woodpecker kind of faded out. We got the patina on it, guys. She is an absolute unit. Bright looking shirt. Cool looking shirt. Damn cool looking shirt. Man, oh man, what a cool looking shirt. 4 different designs to choose from. We appreciate all support, guys. Y'all support over the years has helped us grow this into what it is. So for me and my family, we cannot thank you guys enough for supporting us this way. I hope you get you something you like, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Now, we may not be able to get all the rust off of them, but when you see that big heavy buildup, it definitely helps. Old truck guy forgot his deep crepe here, so we're gonna use it because it's what's closest on the toolbox. Hopefully with a little cleanup, a little lube, that'll help those come off there. Did y'all hear that noise? I was holding the damn camera backwards. You could probably hear it, but you're looking at a muffler or a drive shaft, maybe top of my bald head, who knows. That one's in the easy to get to area. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, baby. One down. Boy, this poor old gal, she's due for a replacing. This thing's just broken and busted. She ain't hardly got ugga-duggas left in her. She's been a gooder. I just can't pull on her too hard or it's gonna break. Maybe if I wasn't so damn strong, you flex hard enough your eyes cross. When I was a kid, my dad would blow it up so he'd go like, you know, be all relaxed arm and then go watch this. And he'd blow that sucker up. So of course I've always done that to Hot Rod. She just now found out like a year or 2 ago how I've been doing that. You want a little blowing up of the muscle pro tip? Don't do it when your thumb on your glove's covered in deep crepe. Don't you spin. Hey-o. There's 2. kind of interesting. That one's tucked up in there. On this side, through there's a big old sleeve. They sleeved it all the way through and dropped it down here to the bottom. Got them all, guys. Y'all see the dirt falling out from behind them? We're up in there. Thankfully, no real rot or rust on those bolts. There's a good chance we reuse every bit of this hardware to put it right back on. Of course, after it's cut down to match that sucker over there. I do think that cleaning your bolts helps like that. Keeps you from maybe stripping one out that you would have tore up had you not. Up next, we'll look at our wiring. Got a nice ground, little funky going on there. That just unplugs, so let's just snip that one ground. All this wiring, as far as I can tell on that truck, everything's in pretty good shape, so it will all be reused. We're hoping to not rewire, nothing that we don't have to. Snip, nice little clip there, how fancy. We also want to disconnect any of our wirings going to our bumper because the bumper's gonna stay on the chassis. Bolts check, wiring check. The only other thing I could think of would be our fuel fillers. So if we remove that, we can see 1, 2, 3 Phillips screws. Let's check this side. It's plated up like a damn armored truck. I don't even know what we're gonna have to do to open it. I guess we can try the key, but I doubt it gets us in there. Oh, is that a nut? Hello. Phillips. I mean, we can squeeze a Phillips in there. Nope, not quite. There's a really good possibility that gets shaved off there because our gas tank is on that side and we're not running duals. Plus, I hate how those look. Looks like it belongs on the damn side of a RV, all right? Not a damn Chevrolet. So what if we just give that the old twist and shout? Yat! That's why it's the twist and shout, because as you twist, you gotta shout. Till you get extra strength. Doors open. Filler necks, they suck. They keep tension on you and you gotta pick the bed up and they're gonna be a little pain in the booty. Now, this side's a little different because she's an add-on option. Looks like we got about a 1/2 inch, maybe 9/16. I'm too blind. 3/8. Hell, whatever they had laying around, you know. Golly, this sucker's in neutral, or supposed to be. Yeah! Theo, give me a paw. You gotta be kidding me. Boy, if that's neutral, I don't want to feel park. She even made the tow roller work for it. Woo! All right, we have liftoff. I always like to stop. Try to put eyes. I don't have glasses on. It's dark underneath there. I have terrible eyesight, so everything looked good to me. Seen the frame start to pick up. Let's get a little investigation in the situation. I'm guessing it's our long bolt, just kind of binding up by the looks of it. You're okay, old girl. Just relax a little. Relax. Take a load off. That's just, god dang. Call this the subway bolt because that sucker's a foot long. Now what? Maybe it's our lift. Yeah, there she is. The lip of this is hooking the lip of our gas tank. That's what we got going now. Not now, that's what was going the whole time. See, and the issue is this one slid in all the way. Drop it down more, I'll turn it, it'll work. Just playing, because if we turn it, then we're gonna go like that, long ways. Oh, that filler neck helped itself off. Get that one. I just completely removed everything. How's that? Don't worry guys, it's kind of like having, when you have your buddies help you pick it all up off there, and you got the 1 weak friend, his corner sags down a little bit. That's what we got going right here. There we go, that'll offer a little support. Now we need to push the truck out of the way, but the truck don't roll worth the damn and the bed's gonna be in the way. Let's drop it down, let's break it down. My robot's a little rusty, kind of like this truck. Oh, they want a tussle, huh? When you pick the right guy, because I got a little pent up anger I've been hiding. Where are you? Oh, please don't tell me you flew out. Dang, got in here a minute ago, there's about 4 wasps. I had a slugfest, I dropped 2 of them. The other 2 were at the back. I was hoping y'all could watch the second half of the fight. I was hoping y'all could see that. That's better than pay-per-view, I promise. Oh, he's in here just trying to get me with a sneak attack. Well, well, well. Sorry, glass. Oh, there's his pal on the outside. Come on in here. Come on. Leo heard me say come on, so he come running. See, for me, sometimes having this equipment does not make a task easier. Here's a perfect example. I went to just mock stuff up to even see if I could pick it up. Realized that if I picked it up where I need to be, I'm not gonna be able to get out of this thing to hook up straps. So I went to back up. Thought I dropped down low enough. I had not, because I forgot about the ball hanging up, and I pulled our bed right off the lift. And then I forgot to set our boom down enough to even open the door once again. Professional. Call me if you need some heavy equipment operated. I was gonna have to set that down, so I was just trying to expedite the process. Cab back up, or well, not just the cab, but that's what we're working towards now, is getting the cab off. I'm hoping we can kind of pull cab and front clip one shot. Ain't ever done that before on one of these trucks, but I don't see why it couldn't be done, especially with that bed off there and having a big block Chevrolet up front. We want some safety stands because we don't want this thing to do a front flip off there. Hey Ma, Puddin' actually cares about safety for once. Safety's very important. Golly. Well, I found out why she won't roll. This one's stuck. We're going straight for it. You'll notice I closed down the doors. It actually feels really good out. It's like 84 degrees, which feels good, but it's actually not humid here today, which is weird. So with a nice little breeze, it feels good. Problem is there's just some noise going on out there, and I don't want to interrupt in my video. Have to go put Sketcher up somebody's hiney. Oh, who's a good boy? No, Roy's cab, that went smoother. I broke bolts, had to weld nuts, blah, blah, blah. This she's pretty good. So we should just have those 4 cab mounts. We're gonna have other small stuff, but I'm just getting the big ticket items. Up next, our core support. I was worried that was gonna happen. See those other ones coming done. This one, we're gonna have to get a backer on there. Well, this is going really good. Oh, how fancy. We have a special guest, Theodore. Hakuna Matata. Girl, it's been so long that you've been out here, you didn't even know the box was gone. That's why he's depressed. He just lays there and cries all day now. About 3 years ago.
Wow. Didn't have it.
Look at all the sand coming out of there. All right. Y'all see me? Covered, I was going like this. I was scared to open my eyes. All the dust was coming around my glasses. And we get immediate cleanup. We get spoiled with that. You never been underneath the car before?
I think I have.
Yeah, you've got underneath at least one of them. Are those your working clothes?
They're yesterday's clothes.
Yep, that'll work. Sometimes yesterday's clothes is tomorrow's workday clothes. Think about it. The wasp bite.
He's the ball and I'm the baseball player.
A minute ago, I heard her. Nope. I looked over. Wasp was flying. She had that broom plumb reared, cocked back, ready to swing. Oh, I'm gonna try to get my daughter, huh? Where'd he go? Up in here?
There it is.
Where?
There, right there, right there.
That's too blind.
Where'd he go?
I think he flew this way.
I see it. Nope, nope. There he is.
Boy, he is fast. He went up to the loft to hang out.
Back.
He didn't like it up there. Maybe there's a couple.
There's two.
One for you, one for me. I hit him. Where'd he go?
Whoa!
I guess we scared him away. Oh! Oh! He damn near landed on my broom.
He went in there.
No, he's right up here. Oh! Smack the 6-liter.
Oh,
there's two of them.
Bye.
They split. Yep, we've successfully ticked them off.
You shall reach the end of your life. There it is. I don't know. Oh, you push it where he's at.
Ha ha! Get the camera. I got you. He about made me trip.
Okay, that's too much.
When you finally get your target, you have a celebration dance.
Now it's time for the other one. Yee-hoo!
All right, if that other one decides to show up, we may get him too. But we gotta get back to work. Now our shifter here, we need this entire piece for ours actually. So we need to disconnect it up there at the column. But while I got it where I can find all these pieces, we're gonna disassemble the whole thing. Where were you at, Great Warrior, to defend Hot Rod? Don't let him fool you. He loves snatching those things out of the sky. Now, the other clip is way up there. I don't know if we'll be able to get it. I got the old long reachers, so we're gonna try. And grab it, just can't pull it out.
Yeah, beast.
Are you in a submarine?
Yeah.
Got our locking pliers on our parking brake cable here. Let's see if she'll play nice. Oh yeah, come right apart. Now that, pull out that away. That gets us disconnected. Anything connected from the cab to the chassis, we got to disconnect. Did you find any enemies?
No, Captain.
We got our wiring. I don't remember if there's a bulkhead up there where we can disconnect it, or if we've got to pull it all. It would make sense to have one up at the firewall to disconnect this where it could stay on your chassis, but let's just go ahead and pull it. We're gonna need it for a new one anyways. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
I thought you were the captain.
I thought you were the captain, Captain.
Who's driving the ship?
Who's in charge of this thing?
Who?
Me and you do not need to be in charge of a submarine.
Nope.
It would sink.
Yep.
That's why I was running to our added tank, probably for the fuel gauge. Again, no longer gonna be needed, so that gets a snipping. That unplugged from our Turbo 400. Boop. All that's pulled. Then we got a couple wires over here. We're gonna have to redo some of that anyway, so I'm not too concerned. We're gonna snip that one, which I feel like was added. Maybe not. And that one I feel like that's a factory one right there. I recognize the color. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a snipping too. That's just for a fuel gauge. I don't know what this one is. It's hooked up through the stinking brace on the bottom of that cab, or heat shield, whatever that is. Snap. That blast back here is our speedo cable. Just threads on. Oh yeah, this baby was leaking. She had a couple drips, even on the floor in here after pulling it in. Y'all wanna know something? I was today's years old when I finally realized that these front bumpers actually bolt through the front frame horn. I never realized that. I also now realize I've never pulled off one of these front bumpers, or at least not any time recent when I could remember. I don't know why I thought it had a full brackets. Nope, no it does not. Now whether it drop back down underneath the hood, we've got to disconnect anything that's basically going over and connecting between the truck and our chassis or our engine, which as I start looking, is quite a bit. Like that really stretchy vacuum hose. Yeah, let's not do it the easy way. We got brake lines to worry about, steering, power steering hoses, radiator hoses, hoses, and you name it. We got stuff like, oh, even our cables here because we're grounded to the fender and the engine. When your back's against the wall, just start cutting. Another ground right there. How about our trans-cooler lines? Send it. Plink. You break it, you buy it. That come out of your allowance. Hey, she's in tip-top shape. Hot rod spotted a couple more wasps. This year they'd been real slow to get going, but now that they're going, holy cow, they're worse than ever, it seems like. It's always a good sign when you take your hose or your line off like that and absolutely no fluids there. Of course, that was our top one. But it looks pretty bone dry. Ow! We didn't need them knuckles. I guess we can make a mess and start with a radiator next. At least we got a little fluid out of that one. Oh yeah, she's puking the red stuff. Not too big of a mess. I don't know what you're talking about. See, I've been keeping candy in there because I was like, maybe in another 3 months, Hot Rod will come out to the shop again to hang out with me, and if she does, I'll have candy for her. So the blue ones, I wanted to test them, make sure they weren't poison. That's what it was. And they passed the test. I think there's about 3 of them left in there for you. Yeah, if you bring those watermelon ones over here, I'll test them for you too. You want one? Girl, don't worry about me. Hmm? Mm-hmm. I don't see a drain on this sucker. Don't mean there ain't one. Just don't see it. Apparently I can't get that loose neither. And I don't know why, because that sucker's as loose as can be. What the heck? A little weakling. Use the hose to block the flow a little bit. Now we make a nice controlled mess. Girl, what are you doing?
No, don't go that way.
I think it's got a small leak. And Bug's like, whoa, it's raining over here, man. What are you doing with that, Captain Hook? Get our power steering hoses draining. It'll help if we can find the proper size wrench. Well, what size is that sucker? There we go. That thing had some booty behind it. Someone had eaten their Fruity Pebbles that morning. It used to be Wheaties, but now we gotta use more, be inclusive. Gotta use all the cereals. Hey baby, have you ever seen me eat cereal? I'm not a cereal eater. Back when I was a kid, we pretty much had one choice, Raisin Bran. I still like me some Raisin Bran, I just don't eat cereal. Well, booger. Man, that was a pain in the butt little bolt, but we got her. There we go. Yeah, she told me she was gonna try out in the shop for shop hand, and then she was hoping to move into the merchandise, fulfill her job.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, you. It'd be like Nathan never left if you took the job because y'all wear the same size shorts. 16.7/16. I've got where I keep that in my toolbox now because I've been messing with these enough. It's about the only 16 point I gotta have. Or 12 point. Am I making stuff up? They're 12 point. Let me see. Let's see if the old coupler. Ooh, she's worn out. I'll see how easy that rubber was moving. The steering wheel's moving. There's a ghost in there driving it, girl. Woo, spooky. It ain't moving. Girl, no one's in there. It can't be moving. You think I'm gonna believe the steering wheel's moving?
Yes. It's literally moving. Yes, it is.
Moving a lot?
Yes, it's like turning.
I'm prying on the steering shaft. So when you turn the steering wheel, it turns this.
Okay, it has to be different.
This one's ornery, guys. I get it shoved back and it's just quite not enough to roll off there. She's off to the side enough we should be able to separate it. Oh, don't forget our shifter. It started to get it and couldn't. Got her now.
You're ornery.
Ornery? I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't me. There's a ghost in there. This truck used to be haunted. Woo-hoo. The great ghost of Grandpa John. Poor Theo's over there like I've heard this story before. Cat! Huh? Yar, matey. Maybe Captain Hook of the Longbed C10 ship. A-doinga doinga. Pulled our upper radiator hose. Well, I don't know what else. Oh yeah, we probably got some wiring on top of the motor we need to crawl over there and get, like what goes to power up our HEI. Maybe we'll have a wire or two from like that right there, temp sender. We'll have some of that to kind of work through. Huh?
It's cracking.
It's cracking. What's cracking, dog? What's cracking, dog? Like I said, a wire or two, like it wasn't gonna take our master cylinder, little booster vacuum thingy, our throttle cable. I've got an oil gauge line back there we're gonna have to do. And there's a whole mess of wire running over the top of this motor that I did not realize was really on here. So we got a lot of wiring to undo. Snip, snip, snip. Gave them wires a clip, clip, clip. That's obnoxious, guys. So I was gonna unhook it all, and then I realized there's no way I'd ever put a motor back with that much junk just laying over the front of it to wrap down to the starter and everything. That's enough slack. I don't know how the factory harness integrates with the LS harness. I haven't done one of these. I haven't decided our harness route yet, since the build has kind of changed. So that has to be redone no matter what, because we're not gonna allow that much extra wire on the motor. So just tuck those out of the way, unhooked our oil back there, and I think we're ready to start to pick up. I'm sure we have forgot some stuff, but I can't see nothing else. So the best way to do that is start picking up, and it'll reveal itself pretty quick. Yeah, so shoving it forward with the car, it'll roll a little. Yeah. If only I had a helper. Huh? Yeah. It's all right. I got it right where it needed to go, actually. Good work, team. Well, I'm not sure how to do this, guys. I guess we actually need to take it back further where we can offset like that. Let's do this! Oh, we got a good one there. Yes, sir. All right.
I'm scared.
I'm scared too. Give it a little more. All right, let's hold that, because that ain't looking good. Okay, I can pick up on the front. The question becomes, why are we not touching back there? And the answer is, just from the weight balance not being right, which is okay-ish. And when I pick up on that, it don't feel very heavy. So I think with a very quick strap job here, we may be able to make this work still. All right, let's see if that, huh? How's that looking?
It's off.
Dang, we just gave her a lift kit. Y'all see that? That actually looks pretty good with those white wagon wheels. How are we doing up here? Let's do a little check-in. Drive shaft or steering shaft is clear. Yeah, let me see that. I'll smack them. I wish the camera would have been pointing this way because I just wrecked house. I swung through. All that ruckus was just the Hornet. Ironically, the Hornet hubcaps. I don't know. I thought I hit him.
Dad, you didn't hit him.
Girl, I guarantee I knocked him into next week. I bet I hit him so hard his babies will be born naked.
Oh, no, he's right there, he's right there.
Where?
He's on the broom.
Oh, see? Told you I hit him.
No, he's moving.
Yeah, but he was down there because I'd knocked the crap out of him. Another one bites the dust. And then there's old Zippity. Zippity ain't quit flying figure eights around here yet. This one just hauls butt, guys. Y'all can't even see him, he's so fast. I wish Zippity would come over here because I'd give him a zippity dude all day with his broom. Oh, almost got him.
I'm here, Bolly. I'm ready to knock the crap and pitch you out of the steak.
What are you even saying? Are you even just speaking English?
Yeah.
Go get that freaking Bolly, knock out the steak down. Whoa, ho, ho.
I heard a sound.
I heard a sound and I seen that shift a little. Oh, I did forget our heater hose right there. Get that out the way. What were we catching on though? Anything? There we go. HEI was right there on the firewall lip. And that's what had it. Give her a little shake and kind of boop boop. Oh yeah, that's more like where she's headed. 6-inch lift kit trying to get this. You're gonna drive around in this, be up in heaven. How we looking back there? How we looking up here? Dang, we may have done it. Woo, this feels a little sketch. I got our brake lines right there that were kind of dragging. I got the steering shaft that maybe done a little slapping. And then all this is already disconnected. Guys, I think we did good on our disconnect job. What's this here? That is disconnected. Hot damn, we did her. Woo! Holding on by a prayer right here. Y'all see that? I don't think she's going nowhere. Famous last words. Yo! Had to brag on everything being free. That didn't sound free, whatever that noise was. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That's what it was. That was our copper line. When I said I disconnected that, I meant I cut it. Caught, red-handed. That's because that really don't matter for where we're headed. Hey, get away from there. Back up just in case. Better safe than sorry, all right? There she is, folks. She's officially ruined. You ruined it. You told me I ruined it earlier. Camera wasn't even rolling. I said, we're gonna put this one over there on that one. You said, Dad, you ruined it. You're like all the old people. You're a little old lady. You ruined it. Well, big and buff for your Papa Jimmy. He's not a little man. Him's big man. Big man, big truck. All right, since we've got the AC on, I'm gonna hop in the skid steer. Hot Rod's working the doors for us. We're gonna get this out of here as quick as we can. Take our steering shaft and zip tie it up out the way. I do want to set this down on the new chassis. We're going for a nice little mock-up. Got a few things we're gonna have to take care of. We probably want to get this crap out of the way too, just where we don't have to fight it one bit. I don't think we could have found a better swap for Dad as far as this truck versus the original old Roy, which one's in better condition. This thing's phenomenal. I mean, we knew it was in pretty good shape, but look at it stripped off that. All the structure, inner rockers, floor pans, guys. This thing ain't got a dab of rot in it. It's all solid. Super, super solid. Best one you've ever seen? Should be best one she's ever seen. It's the only one she's ever seen. And we do got a little bit in our fender well up in there, but you know what? Let's not get too picky here. I know, some of y'all are really upset. That big block, though we got it running, it may have had a little life left in it, but let's not act like that thing had a perfect drivetrain, guys. The truck as a whole, brakes still needed pretty well gone through. Motor and transmission would have need full freshened up. And it's getting all that now. When we get done with it, this truck will have fresh brakes and motor and transmission. Even better than before. Now, I was wanting to mock this up. I think we'll just go ahead and cut us a new hole for our shifter. So to do that, we'll need to go look at the original cab of old Roy. The fact that it was four-wheel drive and this is not, I think they may even have different tunnels as a whole, where you like cut out this sucker and then it overlaps. My lack of two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive interchange is gonna show right here because I'm not really sure. Well, here's old Roy, OG, baby. Needing floors and cab corners and everything else. And that does look, yep. I think we should just unbolt this thing and then try to swap it into ours. So I don't know if old Roy started life as a two-wheel drive. I can't quite remember the full story on it. It had changed, I guess, hands and builds or whatever a couple different times. But this floor was clearly added in here. The paint color is different, and that's your dead giveaway. You can also see where this one's been hacked out. Luckily for us, this piece is in fairly decent, respectable shape. And now we just created a habitat for stuff to hide in here and live. That wind blew in that old tent. I thought it was a wasp. Somewhere for stuff to live. Sit her down so we can get inside of it. To do that, a little jack up front to hold it. And we actually kind of want to reposition on some of these because those were leaning into here. Getting that actually underneath there will make me feel better about climbing in there too. As you can tell, that side's touching real good. Oh, forgot about this having interior. Don't worry, the seat is obviously quick release. Yep. And we got to pull our carpet. To do that, we got some seal plates. What it looks like. We found an OG tag. Nice Chevrolet mat. Slick just popped over. Used our 7-degree taper tool. I put a little weight on that one. See, this truck, even like these sill plates, they're in nice enough shape for me. We'll clean them up and run them. I'll be honest, that carpet could dang near be cleaned and ran. Figured having the seat out Theo would be over here laying on it. Well, what's the secret here, huh? Guess we gotta pull that. That don't really matter right now. We're just trying to get up in here. Oh, found a little surface rust. Go. There's like $21 in there.
Yeah.
What's on your shoulder, girly? You got a couple of spots. You allergic to hard work? Well, good thing we got in here because that is kind of pitted. Luckily it didn't go through. Hopefully we can, see, there's some water in there right now. Hopefully we can and spray that and it'll be good. Uh-oh, that one's gonna be stripped. All right, got lucky there. Knew we had one shot. Put all your weight on it, squeeze the trigger and hope for the best. Yeah, there. All right, guys, I got bad news. We're gonna have to throw this project in the trash, scrap it. My floors are rusty. She's just too far gone. we gotta ditch it. Here we go. Should kind of slide into place. We look good up there. That kind of looks good. That's it. I see, says the blind man. Surely not, because we got the self-tappers and whatever else hanging down. Help me, ma'am. I'm but an old street dog who has nothing to eat. He looked at me like, cut it out. Now I'm kind of scared to full commit and cut this because there's actually a little adjustability here that kind of pushes up and then back some. Of course, I'm gonna look at our leading edge right there where that fits the best is what I'm kind of gauging here. And then I'm gonna give me a reference just where I know by marking 3 holes. So if this works, we line it back up to there and we cut it out. But for now, I'm gonna put our marker down in the boot here. Oh, I lost it. It's gone. And I marked. So we got a real accurate place to punch a hole now. That's my highly concerned face about cutting up this truck. Again, she don't gotta be perfect just to get us roughed in. We should hit the hole. So now that Nate Dog's not here, Hot Rod's not here, Theo's not, nobody's here. Now that I've got to push this thing by myself. Let's hope this one rolls easier than the truck did. Oh yeah, not too bad. How much horsepower you got? I ain't got none. We're 1 pudding power. That's like equivalent to 1,200 bacon. Now give me about 30 minutes and I'll have this finagled in here, okay? Yeah. 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 Alright. Woo! Oh! He's running in place. Sorry, I was just celebrating the fact my daughter's been wanting to hang out with me today. I'm guessing she'll be back because she left her little cup and her little snacky snack. But it's pretty rare anyone shows up over here from the family to hang out. Alright, gotta be able to clear our motor since she got the dang old 12-inch lift kit on her. And then I thought this is just a body bushing set here. I have to go look how those other ones were because I thought they were all just pucks like that. So I'm assuming those are for the back of the cab, maybe. See out here we just got a little puck, and up here just a smaller puck. I thought I'd bought new body bushings and then a body lift for the old setup we were gonna do. So I thought I could just use those, but with that being elevated like that, it almost makes it look like that'd be a body lift bushing for a front core support. Now this is clearly not correct. That thing says to use these for the rear cab mounts or the bigger ones. I'm gonna set these pucks here, the other ones there, and then for the front, because all they have those big ones, I'm gonna just set these in here, which like I said is not right, but that'll offer a little bit of support up there on the core support. We're just looking to set it down in. Obviously, I'll need to look into what I have and don't have when it goes back together for the final time. That's why they call me Willie Redo. Because everything I do, they want to know, will he redo? Yes, Willie will. Just like trying to line this up. It's gonna take about 3,000 attempts, I can already tell. I'm gonna just get underneath there and start going for it. Well, our shifter we cut a hole for hit. That tells us we're off pretty bad. Not the hole we cut, but how crooked this chassis is. It's not, yeah, see crooked. Stroke, and then a little turn. The old stroke and turn. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. No, you don't? I don't know what the heck I'm talking about neither. Ooh, square this up a little better. Now we should be able to kind of aim for straight back-ish. Front may have to shift this way just a hair. Yeah. Oh yeah. Whoa, Bessie. Looking a little like something right in there. And we look like we may hit our hole. That bolt hit, I seen it. Oh, well, it hit the bush and I thought it went in. This is getting me a little excited, guys. We're gonna get an idea of what you're gonna look like. I think we got a little weight on the front. Wrong again. Chalk it, and drop it. Woo, girl, what do you think? It's crazy how taking it off the one and then on this one makes it look different, huh?
Yeah, there's like a big gap.
You wanna know why there's a big gap? Well, we'll put the bumper back on it. Oh, from the front, you can tell this thing skipped a leg today. Got them little bitty legs. If it's your first time and you ain't seen them, most of y'all know. Most of y'all are repeat offenders here. Humvee 37s. That's what'll be going on there. Y'all will see that by the end of this video. This is what's going on there. With different wheels, not the same wheels neither. Oh yeah. I know to y'all that looks like a tire leaning on another tire, but to me I can see it. Can you visualize? Can you see the monstrosity I'm creating? She's gonna be a monster truck. You want me to take you to school in it?
No.
Why?
No.
If they like the Stout, they'll love this thing.
That was elementary, Dad.
Oh.
This is high school now.
You're not going to high school. You're going to middle school. It don't matter. You're going to middle school. Oh. So we need to take the wagon for the middle school.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. All right. We're actually pretty stinking close here. I think we're kind of to a point where we can take the weight off of it and then I could probably shove the cab around some. Or since these are through, we can shift the rear end over. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Bam! Girl, that noise just scared me. I thought something was falling from your feet dragging. I was like, oh no. So I've realized with our front ones touching, those ones touching, these ones aren't touching. So maybe for these ones, the bigger one does go back there. I picked back up on that sucker and put that big one in there. And I got our hardware just mocked up, started. So next we'll try to move these to the front. You singing? Sing it.
No.
For Theo. For Theo. See, so now with that threaded, I pick up on that. I see in the front lift some. So we just got to get these out of here. Hey yo, slide those in. Coming down, coming down. All right, well that fits in there good. We know our rear ones are touching. And our middle ones are fairly close too. There's a little wiggle room there, but the bolts would suck all that down. Woo! I had to push her forward. That right there gets me excited even more about this thing. I knew this color combo was gonna look good in the air. That looks good. The wheels and tires, it's killing it. If we had our actual wheels and tires to put on there yet, the guy told me he'll have them no later than this Friday. Hopefully that will be true and we'll have them on there. Whew, deep breath. Oh, Dad's gonna have to love that. How can you not? If you're doubting, just wait till you see the wheels and tires on there. In fact, I'm hoping they clear actually, because 37s are pretty big. Hey, look how nice the 6-liter fits underneath here. Now, we already had it mocked up on the old one, but this one, if y'all remember in the last video, I actually cut the cross members and sank the front of that motor down in there lower. And that freed up a lot right back there at the firewall and everything. On the old one, it was kind of close. That baby just hugs down in there like she's meant to be in there. Yes, sir. Welcome back to Theo's Fab Shop. That was Theo talking. Guys, all right, we're back on this thing, and we're gonna start this part with admitting we messed up. We messed up with this. Slick had come over the other day when I was doing this, and he said, I thought the big block trucks come with high humps. And I'm like, well, I don't know, because that don't look like that, and I know we've got a high hump. And then yesterday I was going to a junkyard with D&H Classics, and I was talking to Dylan, and he's like, that's a big block truck, it should have a high hump. And I'm like, well, it's not as high as the high hump that I had. And apparently these come with a different high hump. And I guess I set that down on there, and it just never clicked in my head that nothing seems to be hitting. So let's investigate that. The purpose of the high hump's to clear so nothing hits, but nothing seems to be hitting. Theo's gonna check it out for us. Extra set of eyes. All right, dude. And guys, that's clearing. It's clearing, Theodore. It's clearing. That's more of a concern back in there than up there. So what does that mean? That means we should have paid better attention and cut a better hole for our floor, or for our shifter through the floor there, because we're not gonna have to lop out that whole thing. And that's okay, it's salvageable. We'll just have to get a big enough shift boot, and we may have to, I just wish we would have done it better, but I didn't know. I thought we had to cut out the whole thing. How's she look, Theo? Huh, you'll see that? Cab floor's hitting right there. Just barely. I think that would be this area right in here. So to modify that, really we need to pick the cab off, especially to clean up our hole, because we don't want to cut down in there with our transmission in there. So we're probably not going to get into that this go around, but what I'm going to do is mark where that sucker's hitting. And if I'm being honest, that's a small enough amount that, oh yeah, that's good, because I can see clearance through most of that. And give us a pinpoint of where it's really at, right in here to here, with the most of it being right there. And the good news is that looks like we can massage that with a hammer and clearance it enough. Just get underneath our sheet metal hammer and start tapping that and just kind of bubble it up right there. I think she'll be fine. Now, as far as this monstrosity, we're just gonna have to clean up some of this, and wish we would have done a better job from the get-go, not realizing. But we'll find a shifter boot that can cover up all this. We'll just clean up our cut so it looks nice, and we know we need to come this way just a little bit. It looks like it would help. So I'll take that little lip off there. Pulling the carpet, I was kind of surprised to see this. At this point, I kind of want to run a wire wheel on that sucker. Fire it up and let them horses sing. What the heck, over? That's good. That's not good. Maybe that was it. Thanks a lot, extension cord. You really made me look like an idiot. You look stupid when you do that and the grinder don't start. How embarrassing. So far, pretty lucky. Even down in there ain't rusted out, thank goodness. A lot of stuff just kind of seems like a little surface layer on top, but over here you can see we're getting a little more pitted. That's the biggest layer I see so far, so this area has me a little nervous. Fingers crossed when we hit that area, it don't just plumb blow out. Let's give her hell. See that? I said let's give her hell and it fired right up, and it just was so intense. Way better than let them horses sing and then it don't start. We got lucky there. And it looks like we got that stuff right on time. Now, if that's all we were doing, which that's all we're cleaning up in there. I say that. I've got a little I'll probably do on that side too. The rest of this I'm pretty happy with. Right now we could just put some of our blackout rust preventative from the sweet patina on this. However, on a lot of the builds, guys, we'll get to a point where there's a video or two that just has to be a lot of sheet metal, and that gets tacky. That was a terrible tacky sheet metal joke because you tack. I think since we're kind of doing cab stuff today, my biggest complaint and hate of this truck, anything related to the cab so far, is this. Do not do this. Don't do that to your truck, guys. You'll regret it. If you don't regret it, you should regret it. I know it's an easy solution to mount speakers, but man, that just looks terrible. Even if we put a speaker in that, it's gonna look terrible. And if that's your thing, I'm sorry, all right? Let it be your thing. It's just not mine, so I wanna do something with that. Now, luckily, we have some other doors, so let's go look at them. From the front edge, we need to be able to go back right at 11 inches, maybe 12 inches if we wanted. And from the bottom up, 8 inches. Shouldn't be an issue. I think old Roy's doors were never cut. And some of y'all want to know why we didn't reuse these doors. And you see how that one's dented in and there's rot and other crap wrong with them. Not a very good set of doors. In fact, if we did paint Olroy, the plan was actually to steal these doors from this cab. But Olroy's doors could be good for parts, like cutting out that chunk there and patching ours together. See, these ones are in good shape too. These are better doors, so we'd rather keep them as spare doors. I'm just gonna rough us out a mark to follow here. And I just want to get us a big chunk cut out of this that we can take into there with us. Oh, crooked as can be. Better calibrate that eagle eye and try again. Now I'm cutting a big old chunk out because I think we may replace all the way up in front of this. Because if we just replace where that's at and put a section in there, then we got to blend that edge and that edge. And then again back in here. If we do this whole chunk, this is a lot of flat metal around the whole thing that we get to blend out. Easier to body work, easier to make disappear. And then we just got to blend these edges down here instead of two sets of them. The mobile slice and dice. Puddin', don't you dare ruin them good doors. I was gonna say, she looks like she closed on something down there. She's pushed it in there and there, and as I cut that, started walking. Definitely a little tension there. I'm a grown man, I can do what I want. I'll cut up doors. Oh, what's got her? Got a little internal something back in there that holds it, or what? I don't think so. What's the dealio, huh? Oh yeah. Yeah, right up in here. Well, that kind of changes the plan of cutting out that whole area, because I don't want to start cutting the internal bracing. It won't be no good for nobody. And I didn't measure that, so hopefully that's a big enough chunk. Hey, ruined it. Guess we're just gonna patch it like so. Now obviously, if we're not gonna get the front chunk out of there, it really don't benefit us to cut the other chunk out of the other door. So we'll just cut another chunk like this out of this door. Then we won't have two cut up doors over here, just one butchered one. Now I measured the other side, and it was measuring the same as what this side was. So if we get the same size chunk, it ought to work for our driver door. That one came with a free bracket as well. I'm trying to get ahead so I can accommodate to pole barn garage, and hacking up stuff like that. I kind of feel like pole barn garage. Nah, he would have used the license plates. Inside the shop, we're gonna kind of square up our patch, so get us a nice clean edge down there. Let's go for 7.5. Your patch you cut out, you want to make sure it has a dent or two in it. So I see a ding right there, and a nice couple right there. That's perfect. See, if we put a perfect patch in there and we blend the paint, it's going to be obvious. When we blend it and there's dents and dings, it'll match the rest of the truck. You'll never know. Now I said 7.5, but this is only 7 inches, or we can only trim it down at 7, so that's good. Get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Measure up over there from the top of that crease. I think we'll go, let's go 1 inch and 5/16. Inch, 5/16. Like connect the dots. And that'll get squared up pretty good. Quick little cleanup, even taking that little bit off the back, that's good. Instead of that paint trying to pull through your weld and bugger it up, that'll help keep it clean. Man, even lay this sucker in place. We gotta get the black silicone off there that was sealing it up. And then that's all pried. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to lay that in there without a little massaging or bending or something. For 19 cents a day, you can help another set of doors be restored and not have to live a life of regret, a life of embarrassment, a life of shame. I'm the door protector, okay? But don't bring a long bed around me. Those aren't safe. I cut down a whole truck, but don't you dare ruin a set of doors. Boy, even bending that in, that's hard to get that a good fit up. Got a little tooth hanging. It's an Oklahoma truck, got a little tooth hanging. Get the self-tappers. Drew a tight fit to that. Just hoping we could cut out enough where we can get that laid in there better. And boy, it sure seems like this one's just stamped a little deeper than this one or something. It's not fitting as tight as I'd like. Well, that's not good. We got a big old gap down there. Seems to fit better like that than like that. Oh no, that's actually pretty good right there. All right, there we go. That's what we'll trace. And if you actually did not have a welder or the capability, you didn't want to finish sheet metal, you could do this right here, make a perfect square around the corners, put a few screws in there, and that would still look better than big old gaudy holes on your door. Color match it, bam bam, look good. I'm actually gonna match this edge up right here because we're starting to get into that bracket back there. So we'll go ahead and use that leading edge. All right, a little extra trim out. I think we're gonna be pretty good. May have to tune a corner or two, but she's close. You gotta cut that sheet metal, guys. If you marked it on that side, you don't wanna cut on the line. You wanna cut on the inside of the line, making sure the outside of the wheel starts to touch where your mark is. If you cut on it, you're gonna end up with that big old gap. You could cut inside it and don't even touch it, then just tune up to it for a tighter fit. Shoo! Great fit at the bottom. One little burr there. Burr! I was rubbing down here a little bit, so you can see I just took a little off our patch panel, and a little somehow become a lot. Got carried away because that's got way too much now. It's all right though, nothing crazy. Oh, I'm gonna go around. I see a couple areas we're gonna have to kiss just a hair off there. We'll get her tuned in to my liking, and then I'll show y'all when we go to do a little tickety-tackety. She's a little tricky because the door is shaped a little different than the filler piece. I think I finally got it. See, I'm wanting to start right in here because if I get this flush and this is sucked in too much, I know we can push in on some of that, but I almost think I want to start it in there with a couple tacks and then work it around. So that's what we're going to do to get a good ground. I'm going to just try maybe biting that right there. Locking pliers is a good way to get you a ground, because obviously if we were just to clamp this on there, it ain't gonna go through that paint. But sometimes your locking plier will kind of bite through the paint and you can ground it, and then you don't have a big old obnoxious spot you gotta grind off or anything. And it may not work, we'll try it. Use a couple little magnets here to help hold it. Gonna have to tack it on the bottom so it can kind of pivot, or then we can try to get this matching. That top edge is rubbing just a hair. There we go, that freed it up. No one said this is a lot of fun, but it is part of the sheet metal process. Now I get to go all the way around this thing and match it up, and you can tell the difference. See, that's pushed in too much, so I'm gonna have to pull that out. And here's like that. We'll just have to take our screwdriver and do a little prying. And then I feel across that. This edge on the green side's a little high. Baby hits. That ain't doing a dang thing. Hit it harder. Yeah. We're all kinds of pulled funky back in here. Actually pushing that back is helping out there because it's kind of prying that. So next, we're gonna move towards the back and put a tack. That helped. Still not perfect, but it helped. Well, she ain't perfect, but took my time and matched it up the best I can. The best I can. A little stutter or delay there. With still being efficient. I mean, we could spend a day, full day just fitting and making this thing perfect, or we can just knock it out. I'm more or less knock it out type of guy. Weld her a little bit, cool her down a little bit. Don't cut your doors and don't cut your dashes for a radio. Just cut your beds, Freds. With her welded out, next up, we got to grind her out. The not so fun part. Alright, trying to stay nice and flat. Was not paying attention and got down into our body line there, which ain't good because just messed that up. Put some of that grinding camouflage on there. Makes it look a lot nicer than what it is. That's right, she's a little wavy up here. But still looking better than that. Woo, careful. Got that metal hot. She looks all right. Some of the areas I got a little carried away with the roll lock, gouged it, could have done better. We could sand that out still. The problem is my D8 is a piece of crap. It only works for about a minute and then it quits. Who's ready to do a little shaking? Lock and load. We don't really need a self-etching primer. But I think for obvious reasons, y'all can see why I'm going with this one. I realized looking in the cabinet that this was going to be a fairly close color match compared to anything else I could possibly have. So it kind of helps us get an idea of how we'd look with just some paint on it. And I'd say for just paint and no body work, I would gladly take that right there. If you give me the choice of that, especially after we color match it, or that right there it is. I told y'all that thing had a pretty good little dent and ding in it, and you can see it there. Eventually, the rest of this door will scrub on it, maybe even buff on it. And when this paint gets shining, then we put some fresh paint there. Maybe we'll take a little primer and or scuff like that. Scuff will carry it over into the bottom. Look, that right there just made that blend. You could mess it up on purpose and it's gonna help it blend. See, even that little run, this actually had some runs right down in there I was sanding out a minute ago. Some more runs right there. So that right there just helps it blend. Good job, team. Yeah. Boy, howdy, now that that's dried up, I like it even better. All right, over there, they call me Repeat Ricky because we're gonna repeat. See, we got a spot weld right there and there. Just a little gouge attack and we can finish splitting that where we don't get into the sheet metal. And then hopefully that'll get us good enough where we can go start laying it over there and trim it out. Tripod trying to get me. Well, I thought I did better on this side. And I see I actually did worse. It's all right though, I'll still take it. Get that bright light off there where you can't see them imperfections and she ain't so bad. If your metal work ain't good, just throw a little shade on it, okay? Then people can't see. Perfect. Dang, what a cool color on that seat belt. Y'all see that? What in the raggedy Ann? Come on. These covers, you just kind of grab them and wiggle them. There's a couple of areas over here I kind of want to clean up on or check, but the rest of this we just kind of need to clean out. One suck job deluxe coming right up. After seeing just a little surface rust here or there, don't get me wrong, we could spend, again, a whole afternoon prepping this floor. I'm letting the wire wheel just kind of scratch on all this paint. I try to touch every bit of the surface, and that's my prep work, or sanding work, I guess. The wire wheel is 80 grit-ish, might be 100 grit. We're gonna blow that out, and I've decided we're just gonna put a coat of that rust preventative blackout chassis coat, whatever the heck it is. We're just gonna put a whole, or do the whole floor, dang it. A bleep, 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 that's all, folks. Wire wheel is one half the prep, bunch of air pressure is the other half. Taped off the bottom of our kick panels. We could remove them, but just quick tape job on it and our gas pedal. We don't want it looking sloppy in there. Now that stuff, you can mix it down and spray it. You can roll it, you can brush it. I was hoping we were gonna have a paintbrush and I don't see none. Oh, there's a 2-incher. Brush on it is. Why the face? Well, I sent Dad a picture of the doors with those filled in. And he said, nice. Are the filler pieces, old pieces of old Roy? You could have just left them like that and put some new Jensen speakers in there. No, Dad, no. I said, oh, that's tacky. He just texted me back. He said, yeah, I really never liked him in the door either. He's just playing around. Better be playing around, Dad. Ended up with way more time in those than I thought it was gonna take today. We're gonna get this thing like Elvis. All shook up. She's easy to use, guys. You just get you a fat scoop on there and start spreading that stuff out. It's thick. It does a pretty good job of self-leveling and everything. And it just covers awesome. And you may have to work it a little more on the smoother surfaces, especially like down here where it was rusty and crusty and that stuff can bite good in there. Oh yeah, looky there. That area gets dirt down in there, and then you get a little water in here, and those are real bad about rusting out. So we're going with a little fat pour down in there. Just work that stuff around. Let's go ahead and get this whole channel done, because see how we're leaking out there? We don't want that. So we'll clean it up here in a second. So let's get this side done. Right there on its belly fat wrinkles. We'll get those done. All right, that has us up towards our trough. That's the proper name for that. She's the trough. You can scoop off your excess. Get you a 2 to 3 towel pull. Little lacquer thinner. Go right there and kind of scrub on that. Looky there. Cleans up the rocker and gets rid of that paint. Down here, same thing. Better than what we started with. Some areas are trying to fisheye a little bit. The can does tell you temperatures and humidities and blah, blah, blah. But y'all know I've never been one to follow the technicals too technical. If this stuff gets on here and dries, we're probably gonna be good for another 50 years. Or we'll at least be good till the floor rots out. Like I said though, this area right here for sure, I think we got here right in time. I don't think should have a lot more years left in her. I've taken some water in there, and that had not finally starting to eat through where those areas where it was pitted. Up here, I'm just cutting in our edges like I'm a professional painter, going up to the factory insulation up there on the firewall. Oh yeah, professional. Shoot, baby. She looks pretty GUD. She looks pretty good to me. Yeah, that's gonna take 3 to 8 hours or something. Hey, yo, to set up. Last thing I'd kind of like to see, well, besides wheels and tires, my wheels won't be until tomorrow. I'm gonna start cutting down the bed tomorrow, but that's gonna be a whole nother video. I've got a cluster going on. Even if it's just a mock-up, I'd kind of like to see our bumper on the truck. It's kind of goal right now, it's just to kind of get a full mock-up going on. I'll be back. Blue 42. I've gotten slow in my old age. Apparently I need to start hitting sprints more. The bumper, she ain't the straightest bumper, but she's also not the most crooked bumper. She's probably good enough for a patina cruiser that's gonna live on a dirt road though. That's your carriage bolt. You don't want to lose that one. Watch your toes. There she goes. Go ahead and pull our smaller brackets off. I know I told y'all recently we're gonna get going on the Lodestar, and obviously by the time this video goes, you'll see at least 2 more guaranteed no Lodestar content. But be patient, guys. I got confirmation yesterday. DJM's gonna send out a kit for us, and then I made plans. As of today, we finally locked in some dates to get my drivetrain. The logistics there wasn't logisticking, but it's finally gonna logistic, and we need that motor and transmission before we can really do anything. Just the concept of the build, we're gonna have to kind of position it, cab, and well, that's gonna determine how much I gotta cut out of the cab to then position cab and build cab mounts. I don't know, I don't have it all figured out. I just know we're gonna need it all at once. If not, we'll become backtracking Bobby. Oh, because we'll put something where it ain't supposed to be, and then we'll go put something in. It ain't gonna mesh. Yeah, one chrome bumper stolen. 2000 zippity day. My oh my, this bumper's gonna look great. Yeah. We go for final assembly. We may smack that hump out of there. Let me guess. Bumper brackets are different? No. Just gotta work them around leaf springs, which is not gonna happen. They're a little different. Probably create more work for myself. I'm gonna loosen them where they can swing out and around. All right, now keep her from falling. Great example of why mock-ups are important, just to make sure stuff's gonna work. And she looks pretty good. We're not gonna tighten up all that. Just wanted to check. That humdinger right there, like I said, we may smack that out. That's a little low, so maybe as we push that, this will come up. And we'll straighten her out a hair. Bottom, a little funky, but actually it matches on both sides. She's runnable. Yep, found it. Is there an easier way? Probably. We're too committed at this point. My turning ability is not as good as I thought. What a mess I am. Oh boy. Get our truck moved over here so we can get our bed here to the left, because as I remember, we got a bunch of bolts down the inside, so we want to get this free access. And then look at all that room it's going to leave us as we blow the bed apart to be able to kind of separate and have plenty of work room with just this tucked over here in the corner. I'm gonna whoop it out, give it a spiggity spank spank spank. to meet its doom. Ha! All right, it is the next day now, and y'all are curious if I was gonna get going on that bed. Well, the answer is yes. Floor's cut down at this point. That bed's sides underneath way. I've got to go out to Grandma's house. So I ain't gonna get as far as I want, but I can't pass up the time to go hang out with Grandma. However, today my wife picked up the wheels, took the tires, got them all mounted for me, and just brought them back. So before I go out for today, and obviously I told you at the end of this video we're gonna see the wheels and tires on it. Here we go. First time seeing them. They've been over here in the truck, and I ain't even come over here to see them once yet. I want to be able to get it on camera for you guys. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! Guys, this is gonna just look freaking awesome. Other than where they knocked the crap out of my powder coat already. That's not awesome. I've never had tires this big on like fresh Steelies. I've always been a Steely man, but not as much as I am now, where y'all can get tired of seeing Steelies all you want. I'll never get tired of seeing the fresh Steelies with fresh tires. The amount of attitude this truck's about to gain. Woo! I'm gonna have to talk to my buddy. They tore up some of the powder coat, roughed the tires. One of these has a big old, not gouge, but it's enough to take rubber off, and it's noticeable. If you were trying to have a nice truck, you'd be upset. And then they put them all on with the tread wrong, or going that way, but they're directional, so those for this side should be facing the front way. So I'm gonna have to have 2 of them redone, but we'll still go ahead and mock them up. All right, guys, when I went around the front, I purposely tried to not even look at the ones on the rear, because I just want to see it, because y'all seen it before me. I know that just changed every bit of that truck. God dang! Woo, baby! Oh, Roy, you dirty gal. Well, butter my biscuits. Does that make anyone else want to jelly their turkey bacon? You know what I mean? Holy cow! That thing looks Boy, if this one don't get Puddin' Pops excited and get him driving it, I don't know what will. He better drive it, or I'm gonna do this thing called repossess. I'm telling you, that camera ain't doing it justice. I just looked at the screen. Don't get me wrong, it looks good, but look at that there. Oh my gosh, I wish you could see it with your own 2 eyes. Well, needless to say, I'm happy with our progress for this week. I'm glad we went ahead and moved forward with the mock-up. It's going to be super cool now, because then I'm going to be able to see the bed on it and everything. And then we'll go for a blow apart and then back together. Now, knowing it's going to be a dirt road bandit, we could leave it at this point, but it's not that much more work to go ahead and tear it down and get some black on the chassis and everything. And then it'll have a nice black chassis for living on those dirt roads. But this thing will be the dirt road king. Just look at it, guys. Hey there, pretty mama. Guys, I've been doing a lot of sheet metal work today, and I know that ain't relevant to this video, but they're long days out here. A lot of work to what looks like very small progress, and it kind of took it out of me. I've had a headache for a few hours. That just got me so excited I forgot I had a headache. So that's a good thing. I'm so happy to see this like this. So I hope y'all's excited too. Hope you're pumped about this. I know I sure am. I cannot thank you guys enough for being here. Puddins.fab.shop for that good quality merchandise. Don't forget, we released, and go get you something you like. It supports me and my family. It makes it possible for me to do something like this and just be able to give it to my dad. So I can't thank y'all enough for the support over the years. Patreon is another great way. You get the same content, just ad-free, no big deal there. But be sure to check us out on the second channel. And then just being here watching, guys, another great way to support. I cannot thank you guys enough to be able to get it to this point where we can be building awesome stuff like this here at puddins.fab.shop. So I gotta get showered, get it ready to go see Grandma and spend some time with her at her house. Appreciate all y'all's prayers for her. She's doing better to an extent, probably about as good as she's gonna be. So with that being said, I need to get going. I'm on the Instagram or the Facebook, blah, blah, blah. And I will see y'all in the next one. In the next one, it's gonna be a quick junkyard tour, but that's gonna get us ahead where I can be able to do the pole barn garage collaboration. I hope y'all's excited for that too. But I'll see y'all. However, do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish your project.
Woo.